Welcome to the Heated Waves podcast here in the Heated Waves studios, bringing you some NFL Week 6 quick picks this week. I'm your boy T-Ball. To my right, as always, best friend and side commentator, Mr. Bradley.
What it do, what it is. Week 6 picks, just like T-Ball said. Let's get into it. All right, first game is Bengals at Ravens. I only say it like that because this is a terrible Bengals team who's 0-5 going into Baltimore to play the Ravens, in which the Ravens lead the NFL in offense this season at 32.2 points per game. I actually thought it was the Chiefs, but it's not. Easy pick for me. Ravens, nevermore. They got to get back on track. They've lost a couple in a row to some pretty good teams, Chiefs and stuff. They got to get this win. If they lose to the 0-5 Bengals, I believe the Ravens have no shot at making the playoffs. Mark my words on that one, T-Ball.
This week, with the Bengals going into the Ravens, I'm taking the Ravens. I believe this is a divisional game.
Absolutely.
So it should be a close matchup. They probably both got each other's numbers, but I think the Ravens are just that much better offensively. Like you said, Mr. Bradley, you can mark me down for the Ravens this week.
I am right now.
Coming in with our next picks, we have the Seahawks going into Cleveland to take on the Browns and them dogs over there. Baker Mayfield trying to keep it steady over there.
Quit talking shit.
Hey, I haven't yet.
So well, you're going to.
Baker Mayfield, in my eyes, is not living up to the hype like has been going around. The Browns are a big letdown. They will not do that well this year. They might have maybe 5-6 wins at the most.
Get out of here.
I'm taking the Seahawks, pounding the Browns into the ground to capture my number 5 power ranking that we did on another episode. Tune into that one as well. Mr. Bradley, who you got in that game?
Well, I did say I was going to pick the Browns and keep picking the Browns until they win. This has got me a little sketchy. 4-1 Seahawks that are just coming in rolling after losing that one game that they lost, which was a good game. The Browns are terrible. They're not getting Odell Beckham in the mix, in my eyes. And the defense has just got shredded by the fucking 49ers. I think Seahawks have a little bit better defense than the Niners do. I'm torn, but I will say the Browns at home this week are going to get a win. They've got to get a win. And by the way, with our picks, we are both currently tied. We forgot to say that at the beginning, but people forget shit, and we forgot. But we overall back tied again at 47-30-1.
Well, this is where I just took the lead because you just picked the fucking Browns to beat the Seahawks.
They have a talented team. You cannot doubt that, T-Ball. Are you doubting that?
Where's Chubb been? Where's fucking Odell
Chubb's been playing, but Odell Beckham is not playing up to his standards either in my eyes, and neither are the Browns with that pick as well. But let's move on to the next game. All right, the next game is Saints at Jaguars. Saints 4-1, Jags are 2-3. Teddy Bridgewater for the New Orleans Saints has won 6 of his last 7 road starts, and he's playing pretty well. He's got their team at 4-1. Didn't think he was going to be that great. I still got to pick the Saints here. Jags, especially if they're not playing Jalen Ramsey like they haven't been, I don't think they really have a chance. They don't have much of a team without Nick Foles at quarterback. I know Minshew has been doing well, but just it isn't going to be enough in this game. And if the Saints actually do drop this game, it's going to be because of Bridgewater.
Yeah, I'll take the Saints on the road here. Jaguars 2-3, they're just not looking good. I think when you got quarterback situation like that, yeah, it's not looking good for them. So I'm taking the Saints. Easy pick for me on this one. Next game we got for you guys is a pretty good game in my eyes.
Very good.
Texans at Chiefs. Now the Chiefs are at home in this one. The Texans have only given up 78 points total on defense.
It's pretty stellar.
So
for a 3-2 team,
I think the Chiefs are actually gonna bump that number up pretty high this week. They're gonna take it to the Texans, especially coming off a pretty tough loss at home the other week.
They don't lose back-to-back games at home.
It's definitely unlikely that they lose back-to-back games,
especially with P. Holmes.
Texans just, in my eyes, don't look good. Deshaun Watson's, I think he's all hype. I'm going with the Chiefs.
I like your pick. I gotta agree, Chiefs. And I think everybody knew I was gonna pick them because I said they're gonna go undefeated. They got that one loss. I'm sorry, Chiefs. I jinxed you, but whatever. Patrick Mahomes is 15-0 in career record in non-primetime games. 15-0, and I don't think he's gonna tarnish that record with a one loss here against the Texans at home. Like I said, they don't lose back-to-back games. They're not going to lose. Andy Reid will not allow this to happen. And if so, he's going to make some changes, and he will come up. His playbook's probably going to be pretty crazy this week.
That Denny's map that he's got there.
P. Holmes, he ain't going to let this happen. He's not going to let back-to-back wins or losses step in his way. I think the Chiefs are going to fucking steamroll the Texans. They're going to be pissed off for losing that stinker, close little game to a very injured Colts team.
Yeah, the Colts, I think, got lucky, to be completely honest.
Yeah. Next game, lame of the week. Lame of the week. It is Redskins, who are 0-5, versus and at the Dolphins, who are 0-4. This is the first matchup of winless teams in Week 6 or later since 2004, T-Ball. Who the fuck you got in this terrible game? This is just a horrible game. I don't even know. I almost want to call tie.
In this one, Case Keenum's getting the start for the Redskins. Better choice than Colt McCoy.
Yeah.
Dolphins, every time I pick the Dolphins, they don't do it for me. And even though they're at home this week, I just don't see them getting it done. I'm taking the Redskins on this one.
It's like, who's going to get the fucking first win first? Or are we going to see a tie out here this week? But I don't think that's going to happen. Don't think it's going to happen. I almost got to agree with you. I don't know who's worse as the pick, except for I got to go with my gut feeling and what I said at the beginning of the season, that the Dolphins will be the worst team in the league. I don't think that's going to change here this week. They're going to just continue to lose and be 0-5 after the Redskins beat them. I got to agree with you. It's some not so good teams playing people this week, so we might have a few of the same picks.
Next game we got for you YouTubers out there is the Eagles at Vikings. Might be an interesting game. In my eyes, this one was pretty easy for me. In history-wise, Eagles usually triumph the Vikings. They always look a little better, even though they're going into Minnesota. I am taking the Eagles.
Fly, Eagle, fly. Yeah, I pretty sure I picked the Vikings last week and they won. I just don't want them to win. They're just right there in our division. They're a couple games out. Well, really just a game. If we were to lose and they were to win this week, well,
my pick had no judgment on because they're in our league.
True.
I just went with my gut, and I knew the Eagles' history with the Vikings. So
NFL's second leading rusher, Cook, is versus Philly's top-ranked run defense this week, and I think is going to put it on display. He can't keep rushing for 150 yards like Adam Thielen was complaining about with Kirk Cousins over there, and he's right. You got to throw the long ball. We haven't seen it yet from him. I don't think he's that great. I don't think this team's that great except for the defense. I know the defense is in the top 10 this year, and that's going to be a pretty good matchup with the Eagles' offense. But I still think the Eagles can come in here and take this, but it is tough to win in Minnesota because, in my eyes, they're kind of biased and they kind of cheat for the Vikings to win at home. But give me the Eagles, too. I'm going to have to agree with you, T-Ball.
Next game we got for you is the Falcons at Cardinals. Battle of the Birds here. Matt Ryan has an impeccable record against the Cardinals. I think he's been whooping that ass since 2008.
5-1.
He is definitely going to need to step up his game. Their defense is a little shisty here on the reg, but we are going to see that changed up in this shitty-ass Cardinals team they're going against. Put me down for the Falcons in this one.
Dude, we can't get away from the same teams. I even wrote that down before you even picked your team. I got the Falcons as well. I think this has got to be finally the week. The fucking Falcons get another win. The first win, it was almost like a fluke, it seems like. They're 1-4.
Yeah, that's odd to see in the Falcons.
Yeah, you don't see them start like this, so I think they have to get this win. The Cardinals are not good.
This game's got to be a slap on the ass. They need to put up like 50 points in this game.
And if they lose this game, then I'm not going to pick the Falcons anymore unless they play the fucking Dolphins or the Jets or somebody, because they're down there at power rankings at like number 28. So, Falcons, don't let me down. Don't let us down here on the Heat Waves podcast. Come on now, get a win. Matt Ryan, you just signed that huge contract. Show them what you're worth, bud. All right, next one is probably the game of the week. Probably the game of the week so far from what I've seen. It's going to be the 49ers going at L.A., not just right down the road, to the Rams, who are coming off a couple horrible losses the last couple weeks. And 49ers haven't really played two tough teams. But I was kind of interested to see what you had to pick for this one, because I know you hate my boy Jimmy G.
I don't hate him. I just think he's a little overrated.
He is.
The 49ers are going on the road in this one against what should be a pretty stellar Rams team. I mean, they're not probably as good as they were last year, but still a good team.
And you said that already.
3-2 doesn't really describe what they're capable of doing, and I think the 49ers are going to get handed their first loss of the season in this one. I think they're just going to be a little too rested. They're going to get comfortable, and the Rams are going to take it out from under them. So mark me down for the Rams in this one.
I like the pick. This is a pretty tough game, man. It's a high-flying offenses, and it's like, who do you pick here? Because 49ers are, I don't know if they're that trustworthy. They got a great defense. I keep speaking about defense here today, but a lot of these teams have good defenses, but no good offenses. But you got Greg Kittle over there for the 49ers, and you got a good running back, Matt Breida. He's been killing. God, last week he balled. Absolutely destroyed for them. Their offense seems to be balanced out, and I kind of like the 49ers to keep on rolling at 5-0. I like the 49ers here to keep rolling. I didn't want to pick them really at the beginning of the year all that much. Been kind of suspect on offense, but the last 3 games they've been playing pretty well offensively, and the defense is right there. So I got the 49ers.
It's all about if they can keep it going.
Right, momentum.
Next game is the Titans at the Broncos. Pretty easy pick in my eyes.
Easy, huh?
Yeah, it's going to be easy. The Broncos taking this one at home.
Oh,
no sweat. Titans have looked really sloppy lately. Their defense is obviously a little better, but Broncos are going to win this one at home in Mile High. Titans don't got what it takes.
I keep picking the Broncos every freaking week, and every time I pick them, they've freaking lost. Titans are allowing fewest points per game, Mr. T-Ball, picking that Broncos team at 15.2 points per game defensively. They do have a good defense. And this is the first time since 2008 that they've actually allowed the fewest yards. And, well, it's going to be a tough task to go into Mile High and win this game. But man, they just keep letting me down. I don't know even...
There you go.
But so is the Titans. They've been letting me down too, but they got a good defense.
This is a tough game to pick just because they both suck. But.
Right, and they both have a good defense. But I think I'm going to agree with you. I think I'll give it to Broncos this week. They should be able to take this one at home.
Should have took the Titans, bro.
You know what? I'll take the Titans then.
Yeah, take the fucking Titans.
I'll take the fucking Titans and their
don't try
defense.
To keep it close with me.
All right, I think the Titans are a little better defensively.
But because I convinced you, I get half a loss.
Half a loss. I get the whole loss.
If I don't win.
It's just Marcus Mariota, once again, was horrible this week.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I don't want to pick him. But you know what?
Unreliable.
Next game, another lame-o week and another easy win for another team that doesn't deserve it. It's the Cowboys at Jets. Cowboys come off a great loss to those Green Bay Packers. I'm so excited. With that being said, the Jets are 0-4. T-Ball, you want to take a stab at this one first?
Pretty easy decision for me. Zeke's going to have 130-something yards in this game.
Nice.
Look for the Cowboys to take this game easily.
Enough said. Cowboys it is for me, too. There's no way the Jets win this game, and if they do, I'm going to be so pissed that I didn't pick them.
Next game we got for you is the Steelers going into the Bolts. Should be another decent game if the Steelers can keep their defense together, which they really haven't been able to do here lately. I think the Chargers are just a little bit better, and with that home field advantage definitely helping. I think this should be basically a really slow game. Now, the Chargers have lost the last 4 of their 5 primetime games.
Because this is Sunday Night Football.
But they're going to get redemption on this one, and I'm taking the Bolts.
Man, I don't really like either one of these teams right now. Coming into this year, the Chargers should be 3-2, 4-1.
Dude, they were a powerhouse last year, and look at them now. They're like 3rd in their division.
You know what it is? They didn't pay my boy Melvin Gordon. That's what it is, man. He was their running game. And Austin Eckler has stepped in and done amazingly. But I think that's their fucking problem this year. And they can't stop the run. They can't really stop the pass. The 2 teams they have beat aren't really that good of teams. Steelers are just itching for a win. I almost feel like if they lose this game, there might be talks of firing Tomlin. I've seen stuff in the news that's saying he might take the Washington Redskins job if he gets fired from the Pittsburgh Steelers.
So he's already commented on this himself?
I haven't heard any comments himself. This is just something I've been reading about. I almost feel like if it was at home and they lost a game like this, another game against Chargers, he'd be done there. But I think they're giving him a little more leeway. But I got to go with the Steelers on this one. I think they have too much to lose coming into this game. I almost feel like I said, that he could possibly get fired or even talks about it. if he were to lose this game, there's no way they can go 1-5. I get it. They don't have Big Ben.
That'd have to be their worst start in a long time.
Well, and also they're starting a undrafted guy or whatever he is, Delvin Hodges or whatever his fucking name is out there, and that's suspect as well. But again, like I said, Chargers don't look that good. So, I mean, why not throw him out there in the mix? See what happens. Mason Rudolph's hurt. So I'm going to take a big-time roll here with the fucking Steelers this week. That's Sunday Night Football. And, of course, the Monday Night Football game is the Lions, surprisingly, at 2-1-1 in second place of the NFC division, going into Green Bay at 4-1, where the only team who has beat the Green Bay Packers this year at home is a lucky Eagles team. T-ball.
Yeah, in my opinion, game of the week. Everybody,
battle for first.
Everybody loves watching the Packers take on the Lions, whether it's in Detroit or in Green Bay. I think the fact with it being in Green Bay is going to be a huge factor on the Lions here. Mm-hmm. Now, the Lions always do put up quite a pretty good fight against us. No matter, they could be the worst team in the league, we could be the best team in the league, and somehow,
they keep
if
close.
we even do beat them, we beat them by like 6.
Right, or
it's
a field
goal.
What
the fuck? But I got to keep rolling with them. That number 4 power ranking is going to stay steady here. Green Bay's going to take this one on Monday night, baby.
It's hard for me to pick against my Green Bay Packers. Look, this is the battle for first place in the NFC North. I think these are probably the two teams, sadly enough to say, that are going to be, I'm saying sadly on the part of Detroit. No one thought Detroit was going to be this decent this year. I mean, come on. They have no offense. I mean, a couple guys, obviously. But I got to roll with the Green Bay Packers. There's no way they lose another one at home against Detroit. Not a division game.
Yeah, no.
They don't do division games at home, and if they do, it's a tough loss. It's a close loss. I don't think that's going to happen here. Aaron Rodgers has a run game. He has a defense. Detroit has a pretty good defense this year, but the offense is so suspect. I mean, they almost beat the Chiefs, so I'll give them that. So this may be a good game. You're right. You're probably right. Game of the week here.
I think so.
For the teams here. I mean, it'd be a close game. 49ers-Rams games might be the other game of the week here. There's a lot of boring games, but yeah, I got to go with the Packers too.
All right, and we got you with the London game, the Panthers at Bucks. Well, I guess it'd be Panthers at Bucks. Bucks are the home team in this one, even though it is in London. Usually always a good game between the Panthers and Bucks. Usually when they play each other, I take the Bucks. So I'm going to continue that trend, stay with my boy Mike Evans, and pick the Bucks in that game.
Yeah, he kind of dudded last week, but I'll give you the Bucks for this whack-ass London game.
Better give me them Bucks.
I'm going to go with the fucking Panthers, man. They're 4-0 with Kyle Allen since dating back to 2018. I get that's you guys are like, wait, how are they 4-0? Blah, 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 blah. No, that's a win last year that he had in 2018 going with the 3 that he's got this year. Man, he's just... Last week I picked against them, the Panthers. I thought they were going to lose it, and they won. They fucking won. So it's a division game. These games are always great and stuff like that. But I like the Panthers here, man. Kyle Allen's doing something special over there, and Riviera's got him on a great plan. He's doing awesome, and yes, he will win this game, T-ball. Give me the Panthers. Thank you. That is our Week 6 picks. There's a couple teams on the bye, so let us know what you think about our picks, and let us know what your picks are. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment down below, and hit the notification button. I'm Mr. Bradley here, always with my boy, my co-host, T-Ball.
Click all those buttons, guys. Don't forget to check us out on social media. Always fun here on the Heated Waves podcast. That ends with a Z in the waves. Look us up on Google. You can find us. Appreciate everybody out there.
Yep.
Keep liking, keep subscribing. Just keep doing it for us. We really appreciate it. I'm your boy T-Ball. Thanks for tuning in.